everybody? This your boy DC the Truth. Hopefully I ain't too loud like Precise bitch ass. Okay, sorry about that. Fuck that nigga. As y'all can tell by the title, this one here is probably gonna get hot and heavy. Now, I've made a video addressing Onlyfans about way back in the day about, you know, guys, Onlyfans simps can get their refunds back. And boy, I got the biggest criticism on that video from sex workers who use OnlyFans to incels to whoever. Now y'all see the title, it's back at incels, but this time it's the incels versus tricks with OnlyFans. Now I'm gonna try my best not to be biased, but I know a little bit of bias is gonna slip in due to certain features of my lifestyle and experience. And I hope I don't seem a little too lethargic for you guys, but I'm trying my best to keep my energy levels up. That's something I will talk about to my folks on IG. Y'all stay tuned. But anyway, let's get into it. Tricks versus OnlyFans. I can't really say pros and cons. It is what it is. Oh, I'm sorry, I worded that wrong. Tricks versus incels that use OnlyFans. Now, I guess let's come from the incel side, right? You're safe. You don't have to risk STDs and all that good stuff, right? I'm trying to think of positives out of this because this is very tough. Like incels, I'm sorry, I can't really think of positives in your life because, I mean, I'm sorry, women are necessary in this world, you know. Women are a necessity. It's part of your makeup. So, let's go with the tricks. Now, I got a lot to say, and then I'm going to sum it up of who I think is in a better situation. Now, let's just say this. All around the world, what we consider tricking over here in the U.S. is just basic services over there in other places of the world. For example, I have a Japanese cousin. I know people look at me crazy when I say that, and I've mentioned his couple videos. I have a Japanese cousin through marriage. Now, she owned her own club, well, you know, club when she was there in Japan. You know, most of them have like an entrepreneur spirit about themselves. And now she confirmed to me because, you know, I play a lot of some Japanese RPGs such as Yakuza for my gaming folks. People that not gaming folks don't know what that is, but anyway, it's basically, you know, a game based off in Japan. Some of the cities are close to what's in, let's say, Tokyo or something like that, but they changed the name around. But she said, you know, the theme of it is true, because sometimes she always looking like, hey, that look like such and such. You know, someplace in Okinawa or whatever. Anyway, we had a discussion about this. She was saying, you know, like, that's a normal thing. Like, men pay at their, I guess, I think she called it something else, but we would consider that like a cabaret club, so to speak. I don't know if you can find many of them like that today, but she said men basically pay a hostess. It don't have anything to do with sex, but they trade their money to pay a hostess just to have a good time, to sit down and talk with them like their date. Sort of like an escort service, you know, if you look at it. And you know, escorts can have a broad meaning of things now. And of course, you know, we know about brothels in other countries. I mean, some of these things, you know, it's not really a taboo over there in other parts of the world. Tricking. Now I bring it to my U.S. fellas over here that feels like, hey man, it's about charisma and this and that and on a date or whatever. Like OG, old man OG told me you're paying for sex in one way or the other, where it's with your time, your money, your energy. But we just gonna stick straight to money. I'm sure every fella over here in the U.S. know about hypergamy. Nah, matter of fact, let's rephrase it. Let's make this simple. Know about gold diggers. You usually know how to spot those. Usually it's the type of woman that thinks you have something, or you're hiding money or something like that, and she's trying to see how much she can exploit out of you for any type of reason. She gonna use what her mama gave her, so to speak. So, me being the man, I've been in those situations before. Gold diggers got a game to play. I've played them before. For example, some gold diggers might, just want cold hard cash or whatever, because they've been screwed over by a lot of guys that's tricking them with a so-called nice car, jewelry or whatever, and they know they really don't have money, so they ask for their cash up front. Now you got some gold diggers or women that's using what their mama gave them. Like, y'all have to understand, some women are taught, like, girl, you got that in between your legs, you better not come home empty-handed. You have to understand that. There's a culture that's being taught here in America to some women growing up like that. Along with a whole other things, as far as lying and all that. So now I'm about to use me personally. Yes, I have run into someone like that. So it could have been, I remember in my younger days, not really that long ago. I've ran into women that be like, okay, women are always gonna test you or whatever. Well, can you pay? And I always had this witty comeback, even when I was younger. I remember I was at a job one day. It was a real pretty girl or whatever. I remember when the PS4 first came out. She like, you spend all that money for my PS4? For that PS4? You could have gave that to me. I said, I like to play with my investments. And she started laughing. So, in my younger heydays or whatever, I recognized there are women like this. And, some of those, if they were like that, I took advantage of that for myself. I feel as though like this, like, hey, when it comes to dating, me know they're wasting time and money, especially if you one of those guys just after sex. You just after sex, you may go this route. Some guys, they can't do nothing but go this route. But indirectly, let's say a woman, may ask you, can you help me with my phone bill? I was always that guy that be like, man, if I'm for to pay a phone bill, I'm getting something out of this. I'm just saying, it might not be right, but hey, I did it. Now let's go to the meat of this whole argument. Incels, Onlyfans versus tricks. As I examine both of the guys' lifestyle, I have to say, I would have to give it to a trick that's spending his money versus spending his money on OnlyFans. People liken it to some guys at the strip club just blowing money or whatever, but it's the same thing virtual. But I'm like, why not just go to a strip club? Oh, the COVID-19. They always got all kind of excuses. They're incels. So, I say, everything that guy that's on OnlyFans paying for, whatever fantasy he has, he got to see it. A trick, on the other hand, gets to fulfill his sexual desires because he's paying for it. So, in my conclusion, I have to give this one to the trick. The trick wins. Because he know his money can take him some places his desires won't. Let's put it that way. He want a threesome, he know he can pay for it. He wants some weird fetish shit done to him physically, he's enjoying it, he can pay for it. So I have to give this reward to the tricks. The tricks win. Case closed. This is your boy DC the Truth. And I'm out of here. For real. Oh yeah, and that bitch ass nigga all talking about worry about what I'm driving. I'm driving my old ass 99 truck, motherfucker. Yeah. For real.
Honestly, I don't know who the fuck to trust. Is he my friend or my foe? I'm a exit, draw. Yeah, she give me that claim as well. I remember back when I was younger, I was happy. Nowadays feel like no one understand me. I'm good at all this, silly, I'm bought, damn me. Baby's yellow, text.